sorry about that, my connection. I don't know what happened with my connection.
It's a nice camera, bro.
Thanks.
Nice to see you, baby.
Yes, sir.
That 35?
Huh?
35?
What, this?
Yeah.
That's, what is it? 24, 105.
That's pretty.
Macro. Yeah. Thank you.
Macro by professional?
Yeah. Freelance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're pretty good?
Huh?
You're pretty good?
Yeah, I'm alright. I'm decent.
I wouldn't want to be a photographer, man. The only camera I have is one out back.
I'm trying to get the shadow.
Walked around with me in his old store this morning because I just got it back. I already knew, you know, one of the same things.
I'm definitely seeing a couple people that I haven't seen in a while. What's up, brother? Been alright, man. Got my boy from Past Occupiers, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad he's here. Man, I've been maintaining, man, like everybody else, man.
Same with me, man.
Yeah, man.
You live feed?
Yeah, I'm live streaming, yeah. Alright, bro. I'll see you in a second. You see Dawn? Dawn Carpenter. He's around, man. Yeah. Yeah, he's around, man. Good to see you, bro. There's another tent right there. Excuse me. There's a lot of people here, actually. A lot of people here. I know there's another streamer up right now, currently. How many viewers you have? How many viewers you got?
15.
Nice. So yeah, we're both up and running right now. We have I think Now Your Man streams up right here. Two streams up right now, which is pretty awesome. Continue to walk around like still waiting for everything to currently start right now.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's awesome right there. That's awesome. some of the squad coming over, man.
Hello, Pittsburgh. We're not ready to start yet. Don't get too excited. The volunteers that were going to hold the banner in the back of the stage, we would need you. We love you. We want you up here. Thank you. Continue to dance.
Good. Alright, so they're not starting yet. At least a good, at least 50 other people here. Alright, there's at least like 50. Fuck that, there's like 75 to 100 people here. Excuse me. Tom Jefferson right here. I'm alright, man. I'm alright.
We were talking to each other at 1 o'clock. Heidi, Taylor,
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
she's my protege.
That's awesome.
Other thing.
I dig. Practicing some moves right now.
So it's like shifts, of like half-an-hour shifts. Susie's raising her hand, that's one. Justice is raising her hand. Or is that Elijah? I can't see. 2 people are raising their hands. And then we got Heather and we need one more. One more. Nicole. Okay, thank you.
Wales. Wales is pretty dope. Did you see Dominique?
I have a question. Where are our pictures going?
My slicker and yeah, I'll give you my card. Yeah.
Are you doing this for a reason?
You say yeah. Excuse me. Give me a second.
Thank you.
I cover all like major like protest events. So like I live in DC, but I used to live in here, so I come back and forth, cover a lot of political events. I'm cover a lot of like pro-Palestinian, pro-Gaza events. I've done the NATO Summit in Chicago, Toronto, here. So I cover like a political events, any social injustices, any social events. So
Okay.
that's what I do.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, John, did you see Dominique? Yeah, man. You still got the mohawk? Nah. Wow, that's a crazy shot. Thank you. That's a crazy shot, this guy here. Like, it was an accident. For those who just got on there, I'm currently in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania right now. Hey, Don, let them know where we're at, man. Don Carpenter.
We're at Monument on Twitter. We're at 1 Million Rising Pittsburgh here in Market Square. 400 to 1,000 people expected here today. There's going to be some dancing. There's a lot of information going around how you can help stand up against violence against women rather. We have live artists. We have a conference head, reminiscent of the old Occupy days. God rest Occupy Pittsburgh soul. And a whole bunch of other stuff going on. It's crazy. It's fun.
Yes, it is crazy. It is fun. Very nice environment right now. Very nice environment right now. A male packer over there, who I'll talk to in a second. We have women dancing. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, what's going on, bro? Mike Lawson right here. Hey, how you doing? It's good, bro. Everybody coming through, haven't seen in a while. Good, man. Hey, did you see Dominique, man? I mean, Dominic? Like from back, like at Occupy days?
Yeah.
Did you see him?
Today, no. Here?
Yeah, you see him.
That's what's up with that can't help me.
Huh. Okay. It's good to see you, bro. I'll be around. I'm, doing my thing right now.
Like a lot.
Good to see you. Hey. Good. Yeah? I'm glad you're out. I'm glad you're here for this. Trying to take as many shots as I can right now. to the wall again. People just logged on. They just checked this out. Currently in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, at the 1 Billion Rising event. I'm about to take a picture of the wall. This is the wall right here. People can't really see. It's like a whole bunch of writings, poems, and pictures. It's pretty awesome right now. This is like pretty awesome right now. People come through and sign it. If you don't know what 1 Billion Rising is, you can Google it. Please do. Feel free to be informed. Please. Okay, they're finally getting people to start holding the banner, which is awesome. Yo. I can't get to it. Hey, where you going? How you been?
Good, how are you?
Good.
You live streaming?
Yeah, I'm streaming. Hey. When you just got here?
About half hour ago, I guess.
Okay.
I lost the concept of time.
Yeah, I got here, at least 20 minutes, 30 minutes ago. But I need to get to this right here since they're actually performing right now. Excuse me. I need to get this.
All right, well, you gonna be with us today?
I'm trying to.
I'm about to say some stuff, all right?
I'm listening.
All right, cool. Thank you. Everybody, good afternoon. My name is Mekazela Nguni. Our new voice is Pittsburgh. And I am proud to say, so proud that I am living in Pittsburgh on this day. Are you? Welcome to 1 billion rising Pittsburgh, PA. You all are a part of a global movement today. 200 countries. 200 countries. My home country, Trinidad, is rising today. The Philippines have risen. Bangladesh have risen. The Democratic Republic of Congo. Y'all, this is amazing. This is her story because we are saying that we are going to shake the entire earth into awareness. We are not taking it anymore. We want to end violence against women, and we want to end violence, all types of gender-based violence. We want to take a stand today. Y'all standing with me? Are y'all rising with me? Are y'all rising with us? So, welcome. Dance, y'all. Dance, dance, dance like everybody is watching because today is the day. Give yourselves a hand. Okay, my name is Etta. We're going to do a little repeat after me. I say strike. Dance. Rise. Strike. Dance. Rise. Woo. Okay. So this is the Global Day of Action to End Violence Against Women. All people are susceptible to violence. All people deserve peace and freedom to gender-based violence. All people of all genders can be perpetrators of violence, and all people of all genders can be survivors of violence. This is going to be emotional. I'm emotional. We're going to get emotional. We want to just be honoring that this is an emotional event and to leave space for those emotions and to look around and just take care of each other. We have a comfort tent in the back that has tea and snacks. There's also a medic there. We have first aid supplies and also some emotional support people. If you need to talk to someone, you can direct people back to the comfort tent. We also have the altar of remembrance over here where you can make offerings to loved ones that have lost or prayers for people who are currently surviving violence. Please visit the altar of remembrance. We also have a life-size solitary confinement cell. And there is two art shows. One art show on the outside is called This is an Emergency, and it's a reproductive rights and gender justice portfolio. And on the inside is an honor to women, 5 women who are currently incarcerated for defending themselves against violence. And the resource tent. Right here, literature from all of your amazing organizations and your groups. Right here, resources. So I'm going to do that call and response thing again. Strike! Dance! Rise! Strike! Dance! Rise! Hey, Pittsburgh! My name is Latasha Mays. I'm founder and executive director of my favorite organization, New Voices Pittsburgh. Make some noise for New Voices Pittsburgh. 9 years of organizing women of color for human rights and reproductive justice. It is beautiful to see you all here today. So they gave me the crappy job. But I want to say to you, do you know what today and tomorrow is? What, you ask? Anybody hear of something called Women of Color History Month?
y'all. Women of Color History Month. 1 Billion Rising Pittsburgh is the first day of Women of Color History Month. And we have the full list of events that will be handed out to you. Let me see those of you who have a brochure, a 1 Billion Rising brochure. Put it up, put your flyers up. If you don't have one, please go to the welcome tent to get one. We'll have volunteers passing them out. Put your signs up. I need to see more signs. Yeah. 1 Billion Rising, hold them up. Be proud that we're all here today. Pittsburgh, folks probably would not be thinking that this would be going down right here in the Steel City, but we're here today. So take a moment to recognize that.
Oh, yeah.
And you can put them down once your arms get tired. All right, let me do the thank yous really quickly. I'd like to thank the board, staff, members, volunteers, and supporters of New Voices Pittsburgh. I'd like to thank the 1 Billion Rising Pittsburgh Planning Committee. Please give them a round of applause. 75 plus community, state, and national endorsers of 1 Billion Rising Pittsburgh. Make some noise. I'd like to thank the performers and the speakers who are going to bless us today and help us honor those who are victims and survivors of violence in Pittsburgh, in this country, and around the world. Please give a round of applause for the volunteers rising. They're making sure that you are safe today. They're making sure that you have information. They're making sure that your emotional needs get met. So please take the moment to thank them. All my social media people, you know we got hashtags. Pound 1 billion PGH. Pound 1 billion rising. Pound MVP. At New Voices PGH, at 1 Billion PGH, at V-Day. Please hashtag us up, please post, please tweet, please retweet, and let's really trend Pittsburgh for 1 Billion Rising. Make some noise. I'd like to acknowledge some elected officials and candidates who are running, who are here today. They are advocates of women's rights and gender justice for all people. We have State Representative Ed Gainey in the House. We have City Councilman Bruce Krause in the House. We have a representative from the office of City Councilman Bill Peduto. Dave Gilman is here representing. Gene Clark is here representing. And if there's, make some noise for our elected officials and policymakers who make Pittsburgh possible for it to be a place for human rights and a violence-free community. Make some noise for them. And if you are an elected official, please sign up at the welcome tent so we can recognize you as well. Lastly, I want to tell you this day would not be possible without the help of the leadership of Becca Zala and Gumi and etc. Please show them some love. Dance, strike, rise. What is it, y'all? Strike, dance, rise, strike, dance, rise, strike, dance, rise. Put your signs up. Strike, dance, rise. Thank you, everybody. Give yourselves a round of applause. We're so happy that you're here. Y'all ready to dance? Okay, and I have 1 moment for a commercial break. An announcement from etc.
I just wanted to acknowledge all of the amazing documenters that are here today, preserving these moments for us, and also, you guys are sort of the front line, so you might want to just remember there's a whole bunch of people behind you trying to see the program. Thank you.
All right, everyone, we're going to have a moment where we tell you that this event is not free. It was free to you, but there are costs that we need to make sure that we can cover. The bucket brigade is going to come through. Put your change, your dollars. We like money that folds. Y'all seen the color Coming to America? We'd rather have things that fold. I help support New Voices Pittsburgh in making this event possible. You can go to the Welcome Center and drop off a donation, and we'll have folks dancing through and charming the dollars out of your pocket. All right? So I'm going to bring Lakeisha Wolf up. She's going to lead us in honoring our ancestors through libation. Lakeisha Wolf, everyone. Thank you, Miss Mays. Greetings, peace. Let me do a quick introduction of myself. My name is Lakeisha Wolf. I'm the interim executive director of the Ujima Collective. We're building business in the Hill District and beyond globally, doing big things. And I'm also a small business owner, but more importantly, I'm your sister, I'm your friend, and I'm a survivor. And so I'm here to say that not only can we survive, but we can thrive. And we can do that by understanding what has happened to us, what has happened in the past, the legacy that our ancestors have left for us, right? And so we always have to remember to Sankofa, to fly forward, but to look back and bring forth with us the most important wisdom and the most important promises that the world has for us, right? So libation is a process and a ritual of honoring those who have come before us, and a time to really understand that life happens in a circle, right? There is no beginning and there is no ending. So I'm going to ask if we can, right? We're not going to move any of the chairs, but if we can somehow make a circle, if it's possible, or even multiple circles, but it's important that we're holding hands, that you're touching somebody next to you, right? Because within a circle, there is no beginning and there is no end, and that's what life is. So we can take a moment to try to do that.
Currently in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, for people who don't know right now.
To organize ourselves in this loving circle.
They're making circles right now, and the women are making circles right now.
And as we do libation, I'm going to make a couple of statements, right? And if you agree with what I'm saying, at the end of each statement, you're going to say Ashe. So everybody say Ashe. And Ashe is a word from the Yoruba people, which means in agreement with or let it be done, right? So I'm going to make some statements, and if you agree with me, you're going to say Ashe. And it's a powerful word. So when you say it, put yourself, your living energy, your vitality into that Ashe, right? And we're going to use water because everything that is living has some essence of water, right? And I'm going to begin by holding up this water to acknowledge God, the Creator, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, whatever name you call, that life force, that sometimes seen and unseen force that connects us all, that pumps the blood through our veins every day, where you don't even have to remember to breathe, right? There is something that when you look at your neighbor, your sister, your brother, that living force, that is all that is, and we give acknowledge to that, and we say Ashe. We're going to pour to the left and to the right to acknowledge the balance of the male and female principles, right? That energy within ourselves, within our families, and within our entire community, and we say Ashe. We're going to pour in the four cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west. All of the places on this planet, this universe, that all of the energies come from, that the places that our ancestors have come from, lived, died, struggled, and contributed on our behalf so that we could be standing here today, and we say Ashe. I pour this water for the principle of umoja, unity, that guides us in each and everything we do, and we say Ashe. I pour this water for all of our ancestors, the names known and unknown, the ones we call, the ones we don't know to call, whose living energy keeps us here, keeps us guided and keeps us purposeful. We thank them and we say Ashe. We pour this water for our elders, our teachers, our grandparents, those who have walked the path, who are continuing to walk the path, and who are passing a torch to us today. We thank them for their wisdom and their guidance, and we say Ashe. We pour this water for the spirit of resistance, for the spirit of struggle, for the spirit of justice, right? That has brought us all here today. There's all struggle. There's so many stories that each one of us has, that our parents have told us, that our grandparents have told us, and that spirit remains with us. It's that spirit of resistance that has 1 billion plus people rising today, and for that spirit we say Ashe. We pour this water for the youth and for the babies who are yet to be born. We are building for them, those babies who are looking upon us in spirit form saying, I choose you. I choose you. I choose you to be my mother and to be my father, to be my family. And we have so much work to do. There are many of us who are doing the work. Those who are not, we ask that you join into the game, right? Yes. Grab a hand, join an organization, get involved, because nothing can happen without all of us. Our purpose, and each one of us living out our purpose and our purposeful path, we are not one island, right? There's no I in team, so it takes us all, and for that we say Ashe. At this time, we would like to have a moment of silence for our sister and our friend, Cassandra Wade. She's one of the most recent victims of violence and of murder. And we would like to remember her and to honor her. And let's have a moment of silence now. Ashe. And at this time, I would ask those of you who have an ancestor that you would like to acknowledge, that you would like to remember, we would ask that you would call their name out right now. Just shout it out, because shouting it out keeps that person alive. It keeps their energy here, and it keeps them fighting, and it keeps us moving. And so at this time, please feel free to call any names of anybody who has passed that you would like to honor. Ashe. 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 Henrietta Smith. Ashe. Audrey Lord. Ashe. 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 So for all those names that are called, those names that are uncalled, the names we know and the names that we don't know, all of that energy, all of that spirit, all of that love, right? Let this circle, these multiple circles be unbroken. Let us continue to remember our ancestors, those who have given to us, those who are here today. Look at those around you. They are your reflection. And we're going to say Ashe 3 times to end this libation. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Peace. And as we come back together, as we come back, if we can all just start this chant. I know they're watching, ancestors watching, I know they're watching over me. I know they're watching, ancestors watching, I know they're watching over me. I know they're watching, ancestors watching, I know they're watching over me. I know they're watching, ancestors watching, I know they're watching over me. I know they're watching, ancestors watching, I know they're watching over me. I know they're watching, ancestors watching, I know they're watching over me. Yes, thank you. I know they're watching over me. So this is a day of remembrance and a day and a beginning of a new movement and a foundation
foundation of all movements is relationships. So one thing we can do at any event we have is get to know somebody a little bit better and connect and bring our relationships together. So we're going to have a pair share, and this is going to be, you're going to find someone, maybe someone that you don't know, and you're going to tell them why you're rising today for 2 minutes, and then we're going to switch. So you're going to find someone, you're going to introduce yourself, you're going to tell them why you're rising, and then you're going to switch. And we're going to count for 2 minutes. Okay, and if you need, we are on our sign language interpreter here from Steel City Sign. If you need interpretation for this part, please come over here. So go find a partner, start talking. Why are you rising?
This is a perfect example on the streaming etiquette.
Seconds for this one, so get out what you want to get, and then we're going to switch. To your partner, make sure you keep talking, and everyone gets a chance to share. Well, just a couple more minutes.
I saw I had him on the first bus to get down to medical school.
Apologies about this. People don't know. The lady asked for us to give 2 minutes and share while we're here, but we're currently here, so I'm currently going around taking pictures right now, and I'm just getting a reaction to some people right now. Since I do have a little downtime right now, if you click the box in the top top left-hand corner, and make a donation for your media team, independent media, I'd appreciate it. I'm on the ground, help get the word out.
We're going to do the small response thing one more time, okay?
Top left corner.
Straight.
And make a donation.
Dance. Rise. Straight. Dance. Rise. Give yourselves a hand for Minnesota New. It's important that we think about why we're rising, because it has to mean something to you, most of all. So let's give a hand and welcome the August Wilson dance. We have Kaylin, Rebecca, and we have Elena on vocals. So they're going to share a wonderful piece with us. They're going to bless us. So give them a round of applause.
All right, currently. Let's get down.
stay a little while in my skin. Stay a little while. Stay a little while in my skin. Stay a little while. Stay a little while in my skin. Stay a little while. Stay a little while in my skin. Stay a little while. Stay a little while in my skin. Stay a little while. 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 Stay a little while in my skin. A little while in my stay, a little while in my stay, a little while in my stay, a little while in my skin. Stay a little while. Stay a little while in my skin. Stay a little while. Stay a little while in my skin. Stay a little while. Stay a little while in my skin. Stay a little while. Stay a little while. Stay a little while. Stay a little while in my skin. Stay. 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 Stay a little while in my stay. 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 Stay a little while in my skin. Stay a little while. Stay a little while in my skin. Stay a little while. Stay a little while in my stay. A little while in my stay. A little while in my stay. A little while in my skin. In my skin. In my skin. In my skin. Stay 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 in my stay. A little while in my skin. Sometimes we get it. All we have cluttering the air takes to the wind and leaves in its wake one body, ready to surrender to a truth that we've buried under a make-believe that we've convinced ourselves is reality. We are only escaping until this. Running around, searching for bliss, staying high in moments when our mouths fill with the taste of something familiar, some other mouth we've never tasted before. Sometimes we are so still that our bodies break open and our unfortunate wounds trade in healing for reconciliation. One bread, one body. This is love. There is nothing unpure about love. It only is or it isn't. And when it is, stay a little while in my skin. Stay a little while. Stay a little while. August Wilson Dance Ensemble. Yeah. Okay, so now I want to call up to the stage the Raging Grannies. They have some songs that they want to share for you. All right, Raging Grannies! Strike! Strike! Dance! Rise! Strike! Dance! Rise! Oh, we're a gaggle of grannies, urging you off your fannies, raising our voice. We want a new choice. No more war. Listen to the women, hear our voices, study our lives and trust our choices. Sit with a woman as she labors to give birth. Take her hand and promise her you'll work for life on earth. And we'll listen to the women for a change. Listen to the women for a change. Listen to the women, hear our voices, study our lives and trust our choices. Listen to each woman as she tells of pain and hurt. Help her every way you can to work for peace on earth. And we'll listen to the women for a change. Listen to the women for a change. If every woman round this world would get her heart set on justice, if every woman round this world would dream the sweet dream of peace, if every woman in every nation, young and old, each generation would join hands in the name of love, there would be no more hate. If every woman round this world would get her heart set on freedom, if every woman round this
generation would join hands in the name of love, there will be no more war. No and joy to bring up the next speaker, Latasha Denise Mays, founder and executive director of New Voices Pittsburgh, a leader in the reproductive justice movement and the human rights movement, and someone who is working tirelessly always on all of our behalf to make sure that we live with dignity, respect, and with joy. So welcome her to the stage.
Thank you, Becca Zayla. Hey, Miss Trish. I just want to take a moment to thank you, because without you being here today and without many of you supporting the work of New Voices Pittsburgh, we could not be rising today on February 14th, 2013. It is a day that will go down in history. What? History. So some people wanted to know, why is New Voices Pittsburgh organizing something like this? Why are we rising on this day? And so I just wanted to share with you our thoughts on why we're rising. But before I do that, I want to talk about, just very quickly, two organizations that you should know about. Where's Action United at? Make some noise for Action United. That is where Cassandra Wade worked. They were her family, and we want to take a moment to acknowledge them as they work to change the policies that dictate how we deal with response to intimate partner violence right here in the city of Pittsburgh. So please support their work. Mary Ellen Hayden, please make some noise for her. Yes. She is one of our heroes, someone who inspires us to do our work. Also, I want to take this moment to recognize the Northside Coalition for Fair Housing. Our partners in crime, led by the infamous Renelle Guy. Yes. Thank you for your support. And I want you to know that the Women's Walk for Peace will be this fall. womenswalkforpeace.org. Please take a moment to visit their site, and also their clipboards are going around, so you can be mobilized for that. Clipboards over here, y'all. Clipboards to my left. Thank you, Ms. Trish. Also, please take the time to sign up for New Voices Pittsburgh. You can visit us at all our websites. NewVoicesPittsburgh.org, 1BillionRisingPGH.org, WomenOfColorHerstory.org, Facebook, Twitter, y'all know the deal. So, now I want to engage with you about why we're rising today. Why we rise. New Voices Pittsburgh rises to end violence against women and girls. We rise because 1 billion women on the planet will be raped or beaten in her lifetime. We rise to get the Violence Against Women Act passed today. It's been authorized in the Senate. It needs to be authorized in Congress, and it needs to protect immigrant women, LGBTQ women, and Native American women. Today, New Voices Pittsburgh, we rise because 1 in 3 women will be raped or sexually assaulted in her lifetime. We rise until women like Cassandra Wade don't have to die, because we believe violence is so normal in our culture.
We rise until all women and girls in this community and around the world are valued as human beings. We rise until women's rights are equivalent to human rights. Can you believe that? I'm shaking because I'm so moved right now by your presence. We rise until women are not gang raped in India. We rise until women are not documented on social media like Facebook and Twitter as they are raped and sexually assaulted. We rise until our human right to control our bodies, our sexuality, our gender, our work, and our reproduction is not controlled by anyone else but us. We rise so that Black women do not have the life expectancy of women living in developing countries right here in Pittsburgh. We rise until we believe that all rape is legitimate. We rise until women make dollar for dollar to any man. We rise until we trust women. We rise until we trust Black women. We rise until we achieve our human rights. We rise until the violence stops today in Pittsburgh, in the United States, around the world. We rise until the human rights of women and girls are recognized by the United States, and it needs to pass the Convention Ending Discrimination Against Women. We rise, we rise, we rise. You know, it snowed last night, and I started to panic. Some of you started to panic too. We started making calls for other venues. But when the universe is on our side, you know what happens? You all show up, the sun is out, it might be a little cold, but at least it's not snowing. Ashe? So we encourage you, today is a beginning, not an end. A beginning, not an end. And I want you to repeat after me. 1 billion rising. 1 billion rising. Now I'm going to make it a little complicated. We're going to integrate the rising one as we say that. Okay? You ready? 1 billion rising. Bring it down. We're going to do it again. 1 billion rising. Walk it out. One more. I'm just going to say 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do it, all right? 1 billion rising. Hold up your signs. 1 billion rising. 1 billion rising. Strike. Dance. Rise. Strike. Dance. Rise. Strike. Dance. Rise. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you for being here. Y'all ready to dance? I'm ready to dance. I might do a dip for y'all. I'm not ready. Thank you. Natasha May. Just to let you know what is happening, we're going to have another speaker and then a dance troupe and then a couple more speakers and then a dance party, just to let you know how much little framework. I would like to introduce our next speaker. Her name is Donna Hill. She's an old friend of mine. She's the president. Donna, I want you next to me. She's the president of an organization called Fight for Lifers West, which is an organization of family members of people serving life sentences in Pennsylvania. And in Pennsylvania, a life sentence, life means life. There is no parole for people serving life. And Donna is the president of this organization, and she is also the mother of a lifer, Charmaine Fender. And she is going to speak with you right now. Thank you, Adam.
We are all in my family victims of abuse.
I was a wife of a perpetrator that abused both me and my children, and he sexually abused my daughter Charmaine, who later took the life of someone who was trying to rape her. That person was someone from another country, and that country wanted the United States to try and convict my daughter, which they did. And my daughter, for the last 30 years, has been incarcerated, serving life without parole in the state of Pennsylvania. My daughter's a survivor. I'm also a survivor. And she has done her time well. She has helped other women, and many women in the state of Pennsylvania, many of you do not know, are victims of abuse from male perpetrators. And she has helped them through that time. I'm very, very proud of my daughter for what she has gone through, what she has learned, what she has overcome. I'm proud of myself for what I have learned, what I have overcome, and the capacity that we have learned to forgive the perpetrators in our lives. We don't need to stay victims. If we're victims, we do not need to stay victims for the rest of our lives. We can speak out, we can rise, and we can teach others how to avoid these kinds of things. And we can forgive these perpetrators, and we can move on, we can rise up, and we can teach, and we can just, help others. My daughter, even though she's coming up on 30 years, she's a very optimistic person. She has done everything that she could possibly do in the Department of Corrections to rise up and make herself a better person. She has taken every class offered to her. She has helped every other person who has asked her for help. She didn't let her incarceration get her down. Of course, at times she's had her bad moments. But for the most part, she has risen above, and she has done well for others, done good for others, reached out to places on the outside and helped them. There were times when she played Santa Claus for orphanages that came in. She hosted benefits for old age homes that came in. She helped to start a thing called Project Impact, where mothers could have their children in private settings and spend quality time with them, even though she had no child of her own. And she's been close with family members. She did her time well all these years. Yet, not once has there been legislation that would allow my daughter to come home to her family, or to have a family of her own. This was a total injustice because of something that had happened to her. She did not put up with the injustice that was done with her.
That's right, she's a hero!
She is my hero, and the newspapers tried and convicted my daughter. They called her names. But I will never, ever hold my head in shame about my daughter, even though others basically crucified her, called her names, said things about her, lied about her. My daughter is a hero to me and to many, many others. And anyone that's ever been a victim of violence should never, ever, ever be ashamed. And they should rise up, and they should help others that have been victims of abuse rise up. We're all sisters in this struggle together, and we have brothers that need to help us, and help us to rise up if they know we're victims of this struggle. We all need to rise up and rise above the violence. We don't need to take this anymore, and we're not going to take this anymore. We all need to be heroes, and we need to rise up. Give it up for Diana! All right, say this after me, y'all. My life
your hand. Thank you, Donna, for sharing your story and Charmaine's story. We are so grateful to all the people who have spoken and performed on this stage. We want to welcome another beautiful duet to bless us. We want to welcome Kendra Denard and Jasmine Hearn. Please welcome them. They are going to perform for us. And also, let's give it up for Jasmine, who led a practice session for women to break the chains dance as well. Yes, big hand, y'all, for both of these ladies. Come on.
Hey, how y'all doing tonight? Or today? Woo, I'm ahead of myself.